What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you are having a great one. As always, I'm pretty excited today. We are going to be cracking in to the Deluxe R2-D2 from Sideshow Collectibles. Now, I have gotten some Sideshow figures in the past in the 6th scale variety, and I honestly really like them. That being said, I am not one of the people that got General Grevous. If you are not familiar with the General Grevous figure, there is a whole lot of hatred towards it. And really, honestly, in general, the Sideshow figures tend to get kind of a bad rap. For me personally, they've been pretty good, but Grevous put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. Now recently, with Star Wars Celebration and the wonderful May the 4th, Hot Toys did announce that they were doing an R2-D2 from episode 2, and when I was looking at that fella, I was really interested, but it is about twice the cost of the Sideshow one. The other downside, at least for me, was that it's an episode 2 version, and in all honesty, when I think of R2-D2, I mainly think of the A New Hope scene of him with the hologram Leia, and more importantly, Return of the Jedi, him launching the lightsaber out to Luke. This actually has a lightsaber in it, so that was kind of a big selling point, and again, pretty much half the price of the Hot Toys one. Now, the Hot Toys one does have some die cast on it, so that does explain a little bit of the extra cost. I also think it's got a remote control to activate all of its functions, which I don't think we get here, but again, you're looking at twice the cost. The box is very, very snug. Get a little love jiggle. There we go. Alright. And you do get a nice little insert there of our dear friend. Go ahead and move that on out the way. A whole bunch of assembly instructions, which looks fun. So that should be an exciting experience. Hopefully we could just fly through everything, put them together pretty darn quick, and take a look at them from there. That way we ain't eating up too much time overall. Alright. Kind of get this guy upright. I don't really like that reflection there. Let's pop this off. Bloop. Out the way. Alright. All of those drinks are going to fall out. We're just going to do this. Alright, so that was a little bit of a surprise that the foot just kind of fell out. We'll play around with that in a moment. Initial impression just from holding it, not awful, and it certainly looks good, but there's a couple things that immediately concern me just with no experience for the figure at all. That, just going like that, is kind of weird. Also, this is the panel for the lightsaber, which very much does not fit flush there. So we'll take a little bit of a look. I'm not sure exactly if it's supposed to be completely flush. I would think it would be. It's definitely set so you can press it to release it when the lightsaber and stuff is in there, but well, that's fun. Alright. I should probably look at the instructions before I go further. So far, I'm kind of underwhelmed, but let's see here. Alright. To access the life form scanner, push down panel until it pops open, then gently push down scanner with lightsaber until spring releases. Interesting. That sounds like a terrible way to do everything. Push down the panel until it pops open. Then gently push down scanner with the lightsaber until the spring releases. Doesn't really tell you how to close it, though. Alright, let's try this. So that's his little scanner. That's... I feel like I'm doing something wrong there. Does it like twist to lock in maybe? That looks awful. So, ignore my disgusting thumbnail. Or don't, you know, whatever floats your boat. This is really just bad. I don't know if there's a way for it to stand upright. If there is, I'm not necessarily seeing it. You can push it down to kind of get it to lock into place, which is good. Alright, so it seems like this panel here is pretty much always going to be bulged open. So that's kind of a bummer. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case on every single one. I imagine it would be. It is definitely noticeable. Kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. So I'll probably... I don't know what I'll end up doing. I mean, honestly, I hate that scanner enough to the point where I might just glue it down. We'll move on. Now he can also open the lightsaber panel, apparently, which I will see if I can figure out how to do easily. I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Something tells me it's not going to happen very easily. Push down panel and pull to the side. It shows it being this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that's not too bad. I don't know how you pull it to the side, though. What do you grab onto? Well, no. How do you pull it? How do you get it back out? What are you doing? Oh, that's awful. All right, like I'll admit that I'm stupid. Like there we go. Okay. All right, so I don't. Wow, this is terrible. So now that one's pretty much stuck down, kind of. Ooh. Alright, I think that's kind of back, maybe. Alright, so at the moment, we're 0 for 2. The lightsaber compartment sucks. That scanner thing sucks. Let's move on. So you can rotate this pretty easy. That's a plus. I do believe you have to take the dome off entirely to get the batteries in to light up the light up features, which we'll hopefully take a look at. I'm almost concerned at this point. I do want to see what's going on with this wheel thing. Let's see here. Okay, so it's supposed to be spring released according to these instructions. So let's go ahead and give them a little upside down. It didn't really seem... Alright, well. It took like no effort to put that back into place. I don't know how that works so well and those parts don't, but... Getting it out, of course. Let's see. Push until spring releases. To hide foot, push it in until the spring locks. Alright, there we go. This is articulated, which is nice. So that way, if you do have them wheeling around, we'll be able to go forward or back as needed. And honestly, the joints on him are really good. I'll give him credit for that. I do also really like the weathering that they did, especially on the bottom. Mainly because this would be Jedi, so he would have been rolling around in the sand a whole bunch, so it makes sense that his bottoms are a little dirty. I'm really just disappointed in that. All right, so let's take a look at some other stuff. He does have these opening compartments here. Now this one is supposed to be his little grabber arm, which I believe is supposed to slide out. This might be made for people with tiny fingers, or you might actually need to use the grabber arm to get it out, which, yep. Alright, so not the greatest thing, but it does the job. Closing, it's easier. And the detail on that's actually not bad. It's plastic, but it actually looks pretty decent. You do also get a couple other ones. If I can get them out here. Hey, I got an idea. Let's use the grabber arm. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Skills. Can we go? Can we go? Come on, come on, come on. Maybe. I'm going to drop it. Nope, nope. We did it. All right. I'm going to be honest, that made me happier than it should have. So I think this is his little cattle proddy arm. I might be wrong on that, but I want to say that would be to give Salacious Crumb the little zappy zap. I could be wrong on that one. This guy, though, that's his little hacker. Plug that into a little Death Star terminal, get your boys to safety. Boop, boop, boop. You're good to go. So it's fun that you get those. You do also get a really cool lightsaber. Honestly, they did a really good job with that. I was expecting it to just be part of it, to be honest. So I'm glad they didn't cheapen out. I would have loved it if they just went, nuts and made this metal. But honestly, detail-wise, that's pretty dang good. I'll give them credit for that. So you do get a full lightsaber. Sadly, no blade. That would have been a nice little add-on just for the heck of it. Not that you need it, but it would have been cool. Just because why not? But hey, I'm impressed that they did the whole thing there. I'm not impressed that moving it into there is going to be difficult. And man, oh man, I still just can't get over that. But it is what it is. Now, the other fun things that you get with him are going to be a little trickier to get out. And actually, before we move on, I do want to say, other than this, he's pretty darn cool. This also opens up so you could do the other arm. I don't think I showed you that. I think some of these panels open as well. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Instructions. Come to me. Use lightsaber to magnetically open compartments. Really? Really? Oh boy. Sideshow. Well done. Well done. This makes up for this. I mean, not really to a lot of people, and honestly, I feel like mine's kind of crooked. I'm just going to glue it down, because why not? I think I've decided I like everything else on this so dang much that we're just going to make a little Gorilla Glue action, and we'll fix his scalp up in no time. I don't know if I'll actually use Gorilla Glue. That's probably terrible for plastic, so don't do that. But I am just going to do some gluing on that, I think. That's so cool. I mean, it's really not, but... Oh, and you can even use it on these? It's a little harder on those. You can get them started. These open. Oh. Oh. Oh, you glorious fools. All right. So... those are a little flimsy, but who cares? You can't, they don't fall out, so you're good there. I'm impressed by stupid stuff. Bravo. Bravo, Sideshow. All right, so on to the other fun stuff that you get. You get this cool little hologram table, which it does light up. I knew I was bound to drop something. It does light up. You can crack that open, and it might have batteries in it. We'll find out. I don't actually know how it turns on. I bet it'll tell me. Remove table stopper with lightsaber, insert hologram, press down on button shown to illuminate. Well, that's unique. Maybe the top itself is a button. All right, we're going to do some... According to that, there should be a button somewhere in here. Maybe it's this. Maybe you just press down on that. We'll find out in a moment. I'm overly confused and interested to see how this goes. Also, this was the part that I dropped. It was that little stopper that's in there, which apparently you would normally remove with the lightsaber. I'm amused by really stupid stuff, as you could tell. All right. So supposedly you put in your fancy little hologram, like so. That's really stiff to get in there, but that's okay. Press down on button. Probably doesn't have batteries in it. It does say to access battery, unscrew bottom. Curious as... All right. These are terrible instructions. So this right here is the actual button. Also, I'm dumb, so maybe that's obvious to everybody else, but if not, there you go. So that's cool. You get a nice little holo Leia. I think there's also supposed to be an Obi-Wan, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am. Don't see one. We'll assume I'm mistaken. I thought it came with an Obi-Wan as well, but I might be horribly wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Definitely not one under there, right? Don't want to tip that up too much. And no, I'm guessing I'm just mistaken on that. Oh well. Alright, so you also get this awesome thing here, which when he's in Jabba's sail barge, he moves around serving drinks, which I love. You actually get everything to make him a drink server. I'm going to try and set it up super quick if I can. It looks like it might be too complicated for my tiny brain to do it real fast, but let's take a gander. So the on-off switches, you do have to take his head off. We'll take a look at that in a moment. They don't give any real instruction onto how to do this. Does it just kind of balance? Alright, so this is going to be one of those fun moments. Alright, well, turns out it's easier than I anticipated. Sideshow, you are full of surprises with this one. So really, it just clips onto these little guys down there. Bada bing. Bada boom. And those go right onto there. And now my man can serve drinks, which he does come with 7. Now the one thing I don't like is that they have little nubs on the bottoms of the cups so that they can actually stay in that drink holder. Now if you have a figure holding it, it's not going to be noticeable, but if you set it down, it actually makes them pretty unbalanced. Some are obviously going to be a little better than others. You could probably file those down with a nail file just to make it basically straight on, but it does make it nice for putting them in that there drink holder, I'll say that much. And then this part also attaches onto the top of his dome, which is articulated. Try and figure out the best way to actually get it on there, which I don't think it shows. Bump, bump, bump. Feel like there should be something else, because basically it would be up there, but it needs to be higher up, right? Unless I just need to bend it more, maybe. It does have some articulation to it. I mean, maybe. It's really unstable. I drop things. So that might be something I have to play with. I feel like I'm missing a piece of the puzzle there. And of course, there's no images handy. Now my gut tells me that I was doing it all wrong. And maybe it should go more like this, with this part going somewhere up in here. But even that doesn't seem right. Lightsaber, you're a genius. All right, I'm there. All right, we're getting there. We've almost figured it out. Okay, so we figured it out, but it does bump into this piece here, so that's kind of annoying. But there we go. And then this should be able to freely rotate around, ideally. Now, in fairness, I didn't clip it in very well, so we're going to go ahead and blame me for that one, but let's try that again. All right, good enough. Ta-da, now we can serve drinks. Hooray! You're a bartender now, buddy. Look at you, all grown up. I bet your mom didn't think you'd be anything, and now you can serve drinks to a creepy crime boss. Yay! For those that wanted to give a kiss to the droid, get that wonderful opportunity. Now, I guess before we put him away, I should take a look at how easy it's going to be to take his dome piece off. That is one of the other things I am wondering. Alright, handy dandy instructions. Line up tabs, push in, and turn clockwise to lock. Logically then, counterclockwise would unlock. All right. I don't know. He might not have batteries in. Oh, wait a minute. You're going hard in the paint with this one. All right, hold up. Hold up. Why does locking you into place have to be so tricky? Do I Hey, turn the lights on. Look at that. Alright, so getting his head back on is proving to be a little tricky. So I'm going to play with that in a moment. It shouldn't be, but it sure is. Now maybe I just have to push. Oh, that feels like something's going to break, so I really don't want to do that. I think something may have chipped a little bit, but it's definitely, it was in the right direction. Oh, I don't like that at all. It's a really snug fit. I'll play with that later. But to turn on his lights, you actually just touch this. Ta-da. You can kind of tap them again, I believe, to change them. Maybe. Oh yeah, that activated the front one. There you got no headlight, and then you get the headlight and then everything off. I think it's the hologram light technically, but alright, so to put it back on, you have to line these little nubs up pretty perfectly. I'm probably going to file one down, just because I was really worried that it was going to crack. It's kind of sad that that just flips open, but not really going to have them in a position for that to happen too often, so I'm not overly concerned there. Yeah, that is just a nightmare to put back on. Yikes. Yikes. Problem is I can't even tell what's really stopping it. According to this, it should just push in and then rotate, but it definitely does not. So I think something's stuck, but I don't know what. Alright, well, I guess I have to say that I hate this thing if I can't get the head back on, right? I mean, that's a pretty bad indicator. Alright. I said the heck with it and just pushed. It's on. I don't think I broke it. I think I was just being too careful. Which, you know, can happen. That being said, got the head back on. This video's gone way longer than I thought it would. If you're considering this or the Hot Toys one, here's the thing. This is terrible. I would highly recommend looking at other videos, checking other pictures, see if this is normal for all of them, because this is really the worst thing about the figure. Everything else is amazing. It was difficult to get the head on, that's because I'm stupid. But honestly, everything else I really, really like about it. The lights are awesome when they get going. And honestly, the fact that it is about half the price of the Hot Toys one is a good selling point alone in itself. It is all plastic, but I don't mind. Overall, I definitely think this is a good one to go with, unless you're really, really annoyed by that, which, like I said, I think I'm just going to glue it. So, problem solved. That'll do it for this one. Thank y'all so much for joining. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks.